how to stand up for yourself. This sounds like a middle school classic bully versus nerd scenario, getting a swirly in the bathroom, but no, this is about really a journey of self, right? This is a personal journey. This is a experience that I feel everybody struggles with, but nobody ever talks about, right? It's your ability to stand up for yourself in the face of your fears and your struggles and your pains. Because when you really dig into the core, if you're anything like me, my biggest bully is not someone else, it's literally myself. I bully myself into working harder, into feeling like I'm never gonna be enough, into feeling like I'm not good enough yet, that I just need to just keep grinding, that the person that's ahead of me, the people that I'm jealous of, they just got lucky. We've had different contexts, like I just need to work harder. So I become my biggest critic essentially. And this is, if you are the person that I'm specifically talking to, you know exactly what I mean. This is one of the most challenging experiences that I face in my life right now, and these are the principles that I've kind of been dabbling with to at least alleviate some of the pain surrounding this struggle, and to kind of bring it into the light, bring it into land, so that it's less ethereal and mystical and doesn't feel as jarring. So the first one is Alex Hormozy idea. It's creating a stack of proof of what you are capable of. Almost kind of like David Goggins-esque. But essentially what this principle means is you need to have experiences, build skills, do things, especially hard things, that allow you to stack up this currency, almost this currency of proof, that you are capable of doing what you say you're capable of doing, that you are competent enough to do the things that you say you can do, right? It's basically like living up to your own expectations. And the only way you can actually live up to your own expectations is to actually live up to them. It's to do things that give you proof, that give you evidence that you are what you say you are, right? David Goggins has this example with running, right? A lot of people, including myself, they rely on motivation to run, right? They have a marathon coming up. They have this run club that they go to every week. They're training for something, an Ironman, or there's always some kind of goal or outcome to work for. And what Goggins says is that he runs without any motivation. He doesn't have music. He doesn't have an audiobook or a podcast, and it's literally him versus his demons. And he's not training for anything. He's just running for the sake of running. He's running for the sake of putting himself through that pain, through that suffering, so that he can adopt the identity of someone that is better, someone that's stronger, someone that's faster, someone that is built to absolutely crush, right? And so his only competition is himself. And so he builds the stack of genuine proof. Like, it's not just training because you're because you're training for a marathon. It's just training. It's just working out. It's just running. It's just doing CrossFit. It's just doing yoga. There's no external motivation. The motivation is completely internal. So all the reinforcement, all the positive reinforcement, everything is internal. There's nothing external that is giving you a reason to do it. And so that is how you build a genuine stack of proof that you are capable of doing what you say you're capable of doing. Because if you build like a stack of proof that is meant for an external outcome. So let's use the marathon example, right? You're only running during this period of time because you have a marathon coming up in the next few months. And then after the marathon, they stop running, right? And so you're building up like this Jenga tower that's like shaking, right? There's like missing pieces in this stack of blocks of your ability, of your skill, of your of your proof, right? Of proof that you are what you say you are. And so if you say you're a runner because you ran a marathon but you don't run anymore, then you're not, right? The Jenga tower has fallen because you aren't a runner. You only ran because of the marathon. You only started training because of the marathon. And so this is why I kind of disagree with the perspective of gym bros, right? Or gym bros that go to the gym because they want to get the physique. This is probably really controversial, but whenever you attach the reason for doing something to an outcome, an external outcome, which is, in this case, it's vanity. You know, most guys do it to get girls or for revenge, right? Unless you're bodybuilding, which that's mad respect. Unless you're bodybuilding, then physique should not fucking matter, in my opinion. In my humble opinion, feel free to disagree with me. But I think that when you attach a behavior of working out to an outcome like getting a certain physique to attract a girl, then you essentially, that becomes your motivator, right? So like on the tough days, you think about that. But imagine you reframe it, right? You reframe the accumulation of this proof, of this evidence that you are what you say you are, with just the fact that you absolutely destroy your body when you're in the gym. Like you absolutely push yourself to the limit, to failure, to the point of no return, right? Whenever you're working out in the gym. And that becomes your goal. Your goal is to literally only count the reps after you've told yourself in your head that you wanted to quit. After your thoughts start kicking in and telling you that, okay, you're done, you can stop now. Then you start counting the reps. Yeah, you reach a new level. Like it's like, I think it's Bruce Lee that talks about it, right? He only counts the reps after he starts to feel pain, right? Because anybody can do a couple push-ups when they're fresh. Anybody can go for a run whenever their legs are fresh. But what about the guy that is still running after he finishes the race? What about Kobe, right? Think about Kobe. Staying after the game to put in more hours on the court, right? That is an undeniable stack of proof. That is evidence that you are what you say you are, right? Whenever you are absolutely at your limit, like after a game, you've left it all on the court, and then you stay on that fucking court and you keep practicing. That is how you build an undeniable stack of proof. You don't build a stack of proof by chasing a championship or a ring or an MVP or a medal or anything like that. You chase the better version of yourself. You chase the absolute limits beyond your limits, right? That is who you're chasing. That should be your motivator. It's never anything external. It should be completely internal. It should be fighting your demons. It should be overcoming your fears, becoming a better athlete, a better husband, a better brother, a better sister, a better friend, right? That is who you should be after. And then the cool thing is, once you've stacked up this evidence for yourself, genuine evidence, not the shaky Jenga tower that is externally motivated, but completely internally motivated. It's got strong infrastructure. Everything is foundationally sound, and it's got the right internal motivations. You're staying on the court after the game to put in more hours, put in more reps. This is the point where you can truly start to stand up for yourself, because you know internally that you are what you say you are. And so now you can speak your mind. Now you don't have to back down to anybody, right? You can stand upon the tower of proof that you've built. So you never have to stand down. You always stand above. You always stand upon the stack, right? And the people that are externally motivated, right? It's a shaky tower. They don't have their balance. They can't fully stand tall upon their tower of proof. And so whenever you're in this moment, whenever you're in this experience where you're internally motivated, you have an undeniable stack of proof that is so solid. And, Other people might not see it because it's so internally motivated. Other people might not see it. Most people will not see it. People won't see it, but you will. And that gives you so much power. That gives you so much influence, so much just pure force of nature. You become a force of nature, right? Because we don't really understand nature as humans. Like, science can barely explain even a fraction of nature. And that's what it means to have an undeniable stack of proof. Everyone else that's like seeing you at the game, or, you know, in the business meeting, or on stage presenting something, they see that version of you, but that's barely the tip of the iceberg, right? There's so much more beneath. There's so much more within, right? Who defines you is you, right? Nobody else can see below the tip of the iceberg. And so that is an opportunity for you to be better, to stack up proof, to be what you say you are. And that's how you stand up for yourself. You have to build a stack of proof that you truly believe. And the moment you realize that externally it doesn't fucking matter, other people's seeing of you working hard doesn't matter. Because as Chris Williamson, I think it was Chris Williamson that said this, it's the only work that matters is the work that nobody sees. Right? Like, how hard are you willing to work? I think there's a Smarzy actually. How hard are you willing to work when no one's watching? That is the only work that matters. And that is how you build a stack of proof that you can stand upon and use to stand up for yourself. Goodbye.